So what are your top three?
Oof.
It's kind of impossible.
Wait. Pun intended.
Mission Impossible.
Dun, 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 dun,
I got my
dun.
shirt on. Look at this. Got my Mission
Oh,
Impossible
cool.
shirt.
I
Look
like
at that
that,
right
man.
there. Mission Impossible. And on the back it says your mission if you choose to accept it.
Really?
Yeah, it does look like that.
Your mission, if you choose to accept it,
Here you go.
is to face your fate.
Yes. My fate was coming here with you two bozos today.
Everybody,
Your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to watch this podcast. Happy Friday, everybody.
red light, green light,
Go!
red light, green
Oh
light.
my gosh.
Yep.
Dun, 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 dun,
You've
dun.
never seen me very upset.
Kittredge, I know you're
We are
very
using this
upset.
podcast today to celebrate the one and the only Tom Cruise.
Tom
Thermopolis.
Cruise.
Isn't his name Thermopolis?
I think
Real
it's
name?
Thomas McGatherter Cruisenthal.
You're an idiot.
I think so.
McGatherter?
I think
like
so.
catheter? You don't even know what you're talking about. I think it's Thermopolis, isn't it? No. Thanks, Sam. Mapother.
Mapother.
How did you guys get that so wrong?
Anyway, we are absolutely celebrating
Tom Cruise in the release of Mission Impossible.
the Final Reckoning.
The Final
It's
Reckoning.
Dead Reckoning Part 2, but it's the Final
The
Reckoning.
Final Reckoning.
Could this be the last Mission Impossible that he ever does? I mean, he's been doing them for 29 years. So
Really?
Yeah, the first one came out in 96.
Oh my
I'll never
gosh.
forget that one. That first one
Wow.
was insane. But
That's incredible.
I mean, you think about those iconic moments from even that first Mission Impossible that have been replayed in our minds, dropping down in the all
Oh
black
my
cat
gosh.
suit with the glasses and
The
the
drop
sweat.
of sweat.
Yeah, and
falls
the
on
knife.
the
Yes,
black
yes,
rubber.
yes.
Come on.
Think about the train sequence
Oh, my
Oh,
gosh.
with the helicopter blade that goes right, jumping out of the fish tank aquarium
Gosh.
restaurant as it explodes.
Which the red light, green light with the
Red
gum.
light, green light.
Oh man,
All that was from the first one.
It seems so endless. Actually, my mind is about to,
Toast.
it's hurting just trying to go over the movies and all the things I'd want to talk about Tom
Well,
Cruise.
We have to pick a top three.
people-
How are we going to pick a top three?
We're
I think
just
it's
gonna do it.
easier to pick two movies, or a movie that you don't like, because
Well, it is.
there's only one or two that stick out as
I know
great,
we've said it.
but everything else is
Right, doing what
rocking
we
home
do,
run.
But I think other people obviously have said it as well, and I think fans are really starting to realize what a gift Tom Cruise has been for movies.
Yeah.
If you think about the career that Tom Cruise has had, honestly, and you just look at the length of it and the amount of movies that he's done that have been successful and have actually weaved their way into our culture, there is nobody that's even close.
No.
Not even close.
No.
I mean, everybody's had runs. You look at Harrison Ford, had a great run,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Amazing run. I mean, he's had amazing movies, but nobody
Leonardo
touches
DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio, another great
Great
run.
run.
De Niro, Pacino, all of our great actors, but nobody
Nobody has had the box office success
consistently.
delivered on just such entertaining films.
And it's year after year, decade after decade. I mean, it's just incredible. You think about how it all began with him with Taps and Risky Business and, I mean, and then to parlay that into, Top Gun and becoming the cultural phenomenon at 24 years old or whatever he was when he did that. 24.
Yeah.
I mean, he was younger than Timothy Chalamet when he did Top Gun, if you think about that. Huh?
It's insane.
Yeah. And the gravitas that he brought to that, I mean, whether you like Timothy or not, he still looks like a little boy. Tom Cruise was Maverick at 24,
I know.
It's crazy, dude.
It really
Crazy.
is.
Shmee. Why is Shmee barking?
Shmee agrees. He agrees. He's
Shmee. Hey, buddy.
Anyway.
Yeah, he's had such an just overwhelming career.
Dude.
It's hard for me to put it in words.
There's,
it really is.
There's a Tom Cruise day in Japan.
Is there really?
Yeah, we should go.
Mm,
We should go to Japan just for that
just for that.
and rock Tom Cruise.
Everybody just runs
That's
around
a
the city.
great-
Does the Tom Cruise run? I mean, and you know what's crazy is that he was just showing up at on this red carpet of the Final Reckoning, and dude, he looks so amazing. He looks great.
He looks so cool.
He's 62 or 63 years old.
Dude.
Seems like he's in a great place too.
Great
He's
place.
saying some really grounded, cool stuff too, about not letting fear get in the way of your of what you should accomplish, and just the way he conducts himself, the way he's also other actors, young actors, when they talk about the conversations they've had with him, and how he gives him like apparently a giant playbook,
Like
a
a
business
binder.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, dude.
Well,
So
he was telling what Glenn Powell. He said, "Don't worry about great parts. It's not about great parts. It's about great movies and you being good in them, in whatever part you play."
Yeah.
Which is a cool thing because actors always get, "Oh, this part, what role speaks to me?" It's like just be great in a great movie. Don't worry about the part so much. You can be great in any part you play. Technically, if you're a good actor, you got to be in good movies. And he's made some of the best movies consistently. I mean,
arguably the greatest movie star of all time, right?
I think he is.
Who else has had
I
number
don't think
one
it's even
hit
close.
movies for 40 years?
I don't think it's even close if you look back at, like you said, once he got on that role of Top Gun to Cocktail to Born on the 4th of July.
Supposedly he
Days
didn't
of-
like Cocktail was not received well. Cocktail and Rain Man were made in the same year, and
Rain Man.
supposedly
Rain Man.
what the heck is going over there?
Why don't you go pick him up? Because honestly, it's being very disrespectful to
Can you
Tom
go-
Cruise.
Can you
I
go
know.
get? Can you go get him, Matt?
Is it Mopather? What is it, Sam?
Me.
Mopather.
It's Thomas Cruise Mopather or something like that. Come to Papa, Mr. Magoo.
Hey, people are listening to this, you guys, and watching this. You guys are acting like it's Sunday morning. You guys are just rolling out of bed. Come on. We're putting on a show here. We're professionals.
We're talking about Tom.
Yeah,
I love Tom.
I know.
So, what's
So
your favorite?
he did Rain Man and
Cocktail
Cocktail
in the same year, and one was considered like the
Rain
best
Man
movie.
was-
Rain Man,
Rain
and the other
Man-
one was considered not so great. But
How about
I
the
actually love
soundtrack
Cocktail.
for Rain Man?
Oh,
I
love that song. I have it. I listen to it all the time. I just played that song to you.
Barry
Remember?
Levinson directed that film, and that
Wow.
movie is sick.
So
Yeah, that
good.
movie was
So sick.
Yeah, he's
special.
been.
But it
in
goes
so
on and
many
on and on.
movies,
You think
dude.
he stops and he does,
Forever.
Days of Thunder. He does Interview with the Vampire. He just goes on. And if you look at the list of what he's
It's
done,
unreal.
Born on the 4th of July.
yeah,
Oh
but
my
it goes
gosh.
on and on. And a
Color
few good
Purple.
men. A few good
I mean,
men.
the color of money, not the color of purple.
You're back on the color. Yeah.
We can't get away from this movie.
No, dude, the
And
color
Matt's
of money
audition.
with Paul Newman.
Oh,
Oh
man.
my gosh.
Oh my gosh, that's an amazing movie.
All the right moves.
Well, that was one of the originals. Yeah, it was All the Right Moves, Taps, and The Risky Business that sort of
And the
paved the way.
Outsiders.
Dude, The Outsiders. I mean,
I know.
on
And then we reach like Jerry Maguire, which is honestly one of the greatest.
Well, that's on my top 3
Me
Tom
too.
Cruise list.
Me too. It's gotta be.
Just where it hit me in my life, Jerry
Oh.
Dude,
Maguire.
The Firm.
Oh,
Oh,
that
The
was,
Firm.
that's my sec. That's
That, to
that's on my
me-
top
A Few
3
Good
as
Men.
well.
Dude, A Few Good Men.
It's
Oh.
impossible to almost have a top.
What are
I
we doing?
know.
I don't know.
How does one guy
I don't know.
just
We haven't even gotten into
Oh
like
my
Interview with the Vampire, Magnolia,
Vanilla Sky,
Eyes Wide Shut,
Eyes Wide Shut, but then he goes into
Minority Report,
Dude.
Oh my God.
Last Samurai, Collateral.
Dude.
Oh,
my
Collateral might
gosh.
be on one of my top
Collateral's
3 because
great.
that movie.
Michael Mann
Oh,
directed that
boy.
movie.
Yes.
What a movie.
Yes.
Boy,
Yes.
Oh.
And then
Oh.
you get into American Made, which was I love that
Well,
movie.
American made a great
Dude, I
movie.
love that
American Made's
movie.
awesome.
Oh my
He
gosh,
was
and it's a
so-
true story,
Dude,
dude.
he was so good in that,
Wow.
man.
American Made's awesome, but you skipped over Day and Night, and you skipped over
Night
and Day.
I love
Oh,
Night and Day.
yeah.
It was great.
You skipped over.
That was like Tom Cruise for me venturing pretty into comedy.
That was so good. That was actually
Like,
an amazing.
He was
it
really
him
he
and
delivered
with
some-
me,
yeah,
without
Yeah.
me, with me, without me, with me, without me.
He
Yeah.
was so.
Let's go.
Dude, he
That's
was.
not easy to do.
When he
Just
falls
all
in
of a
that
sudden
hood
kind
of the
push
car.
Hi, Jane.
comedy.
Dude, he's so good.
There was
Underrated comedy.
Very
Like,
underrated. You
what
go
about
back,
Tropic Thunder, dude?
dude.
Oh my gosh.
His Len. I mean,
I know.
what a
Len
turn.
Grossman or Grossman?
Les
Grossman.
Grossman or whatever.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, the dancing.
I know.
I mean-
oh my gosh.
With those hands in the. I mean, what?
Oh,
Didn't he ask for swollen hands?
I think so.
Yeah.
But he did that.
Asked for those
I
hands.
know.
He did that. I think he performed that either on the MTV
Oh
Movie
my
Awards or
gosh.
something. He did a performance
I know.
and actually did it.
Yeah.
It's
I
anyway.
remember that. Valkyrie was in there.
Valkyrie was oh my
Another
gosh.
great movie that
Great
like just
movie.
doesn't, and then all the Mission Impossibles too. We've gone in that period of time. We've gone from Mission Impossible 1, 2, 3, and then 4, which really
Ghost
reinvented
Protocol.
action movies, and
It
I didn't
was-
think you could get anything better than that. And then for somehow they keep topping it.
I know.
They make-
Fallout.
Somehow
was-
they keep making better Mission Impossibles. You think when you're watching them, there's never going to be another.
I know.
Actually, like, this is the peak
I know.
of this franchise,
I know.
and for some, I don't know how they do it, but
I
him
don't know.
and big shout out to Christopher McQuarrie somehow make
Yeah,
just
he brought him on.
unbelievable movies.
Yeah, for these last batch of them, and honestly, their collaboration has been pretty incredible.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I liked his Jack Reachers.
It was good.
They were entertaining. He was not right for the role, for what, specifically that character's dictated to be this bigger than life, and Tom Cruise is not that guy, obviously, but he definitely, I believed him saving the
love
world.
him too because he's like 5'7". It's great.
Me too.
Well, the thing is about those Jack Reacher movies is that, again, Tom Cruise, though, brought so much. That, like Alan Richardson, he's incredibly perfect for Reacher. Right? He really is.
Yeah.
Physically,
Yeah.
he looks it, and I'm not knocking him as an actor. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
But there's no comparison when I'm watching to the depth
No.
of what I cared for the character.
Tom sucks you into every
Tom
role he
just-
plays.
I root for Tom every time.
Absolutely sucked me more into Jack Reacher in those films, even though it is glaringly obvious that he's not the actual, because this guy was
he's
like
not
this
massive
mountain of a man that like 3 guys could try to tackle and he would just kind of shake off. And that's, but the fact that Tom Cruise at his size could bring that kind of weight, even more than a
just
guy
goes
who
to
really
show.
is 6'5" and
Yep.
it's crazy.
Yeah, no, it is.
That's
What about Edge
incredible.
of Tomorrow?
Oh my
Or
With Emily Blunt.
that was, or Rinse and Repeat. He had 2
Right.
titles
Yeah,
or whatever.
2 titles, but
I love that movie.
that movie
I can watch it over and
is
over and over.
genius.
It really is good.
It's
incredible.
Groundhog Day, essentially. He has
It's
to relive
incredible.
that same day till he figures out how to beat these guys.
It's incredible.
It's the most incredible thing. He's so good in that. Emily Blunt. And the crazy thing about Tom
Who
Cruise.
directed that movie?
That's a good question.
Doug
Doug
Liman.
Lyman.
Yes.
Yeah,
What
that
about
movie
Oblivion?
was special.
Oblivion was
Oblivion,
really good.
another like
He got into this crazy motor. I don't know if you've seen the behind the scenes, but there's footage of him riding a motorcycle, and he crashes, and he just so like everyone's freaking out, and he so gracefully falls off this motorcycle during a stunt and recovers fine. He's like completely fine. Anybody else would have broken limbs. This guy is literally.
Oh, are we gonna move into the stunts?
No,
that this
but we'll
guy
get
does?
into that. We'll
Oh
get into
my
that, man.
God.
War of the Worlds.
You're going back in time, but yeah, that was good.
I just keep thinking, it's so crazy because there are so many.
It's wild.
It's just
man.
you start really losing actually track and even appreciation for actually the individual feats of those individual movies because
Oh,
there's
it's
so
all-
many. There's just so many.
It's incredible.
I
Yeah.
mean, well, look, I grew up, and I know it's funny because it's become a cult classic now, and people actually love it. But when it came out, people were, I don't know what it was. They were taking a lot of what he was doing for granted. So Days of Thunder was not like critically acclaimed because it was Top Gun for racing. But that movie and what Tony Scott did, and the performances of Robert Duvall. I mean, again, Tom
Michael
Cruise,
Rooker.
dude. Again, it launched Nicole Kidman,
Kidman.
here
Oh,
in
yeah.
the States.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
he found her, and that she was the doctor and the love interest. Dude, again, I look at the gravitas that he brought to those parts. He was so young for so many of these iconic parts.
I know.
He was 24, 26, 28. I mean,
That's incredible.
playing roles that like a guy today would have to be 40 to bring that kind of gravitas to it.
Yeah.
And he was doing it. Like I said, you look at the young actors of today, like the Timothy Chalamet stuff, like, there's no way. They're good. There's no way.
Could you
Timothy
imagine him
Chalamet's
in Top
playing Maverick.
and him in Top Gun?
No way.
Oh my God. They're just-
no.
There's just, there's no way. Like, I appreciate what he does in Dune and stuff, but there's like no way.
No,
It's not
no,
even
no, no,
close.
no. Yeah.
It's just
And-
not even close.
Yeah,
Tom
that's
Cruise
not
is
even close.
had such a maturity about him.
Yeah. It's
He was such a
not
such a
even-
grown man, like a grown person at such a young age.
Yeah, definitely.
So intense too.
Yes. I mean, you think about this, even in Top Gun, what? Kelly McGillis, who was his love interest in that, was how many years older than him? I think she was like 10 or 12 years older than him in that movie, right?
We're Risky Business. I mean, that was.
Rebecca De Mornay was older than him too.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that, like, when Tom Cruise came over to her house, she was the older lady.
Yeah.
And when he went, I really enjoyed being here. I mean, it was so profound. He was such a young kid, actually. He was a young guy. But you never felt like that. You always felt like he would save the day. He could handle anything. He had the gravitas and maturity to conquer anything. And he brought that to basically every role he ever played. I mean, it's kind of incredible. And I don't know. I don't really know where he goes over the next 10, 20 years, as he hopefully runs through the rest of his incredible career. But wow.
It'll be fun to watch.
Yeah.
That I know.
Yeah. Because he's got so many things in development. I mean, he's doing the first movie in space, right?
Yeah.
Right? We're all laughing, but he is. He's like,
Yeah.
where can we go next? Guys, space.
I want to make a movie. in space.
Yeah.
Tell me you're with me.
Yeah. With me, without me. That was such a. If you guys haven't seen Night and Day, it's
Oh,
Cameron
my gosh.
Diaz and it's Tom Cruise, and man, is it a enjoyable film? Honestly,
No, it really is.
so many people have seen. Like the reviews are great. On
Yeah,
it, right?
no, it's
It's got high star meters and all that stuff, but it's like not a lot of people. I mean, I think a lot of people have seen it, but not a lot of people really talk about that. But it's actually a really good movie. I like it.
Do you remember when, like, because we talk about these movies that people kind of write off. Do you remember that period in time in his career when he was,
Jumping around on Oprah's couch.
yeah, and
Yeah.
things had turned for the first time
Against him,
against him,
right?
And do you remember what that was like and what he went through? And
I know. I mean, I know it was tough to watch because, like, you know, I mean, everybody goes through stuff, you know, when you have to go through things like that, especially at that level, and the scrutiny is there. Are you
Woo, I
sneezing?
sneezed.
wow,
It almost sounded like you were laughing, but you were
know.
being respectfully
Yeah.
sneezeless on our mics. I know.
yeah,
But yeah, that was tough.
yeah.
But
he
he never stopped making movies,
No,
so
he
I don't
didn't.
know if it was that tough. Maybe he was just insulated from it.
Well,
I don't think so.
no,
It was pretty much the entire
Everybody's like,
the entire
"Get that away from
world.
Tom.
he
Change the
thought he was
channel."
cracking up. He was losing
Yeah,
it.
he was losing it.
losing his mind or whatever
Yeah.
it was. But no.
Yeah.
I mean, look, everybody loves to write people off. You know, the world is cruel. It's a lot crueler now. You know,
He just kept working,
and he just said, you know what? I'm just going to keep making good movies.
Yeah.
And I think if I keep making good movies, it's bigger than me, which I've heard him say.
Yeah.
It's bigger than me. I make a good movie. It's bigger than me.
Yeah.
That movie lives on, you know?
Yeah.
And he's just made so many good movies.
Yeah, The Firm. I'll never that movie had a major impact
Okay,
in
me
my
too.
life.
Yeah.
Like the piano score. I'd never been. I mean, obviously, it's not the first time that movie has done that, but that was the first time I had been introduced to just a total orchestra and piano score.
I know.
And wow, what was it? It was so good. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll never forget. I learned how to play it on the piano. I
We all
didn't even-
did.
I didn't even play the
We
piano.
all did.
So
Mhm.
Right. We all learned how to play that because
Yeah.
it was when she was like, where are we going? You know, home. Where's home? Where we are. Boom, do, do, dum, do, dum,
It's so-
do. If you guys haven't seen The Firm, if you haven't seen it in a while,
Gene Hackman is
oh my gosh.
amazing in it. Just delivers in such a way of like this villain who also has humility. It's like,
Jean Triplehorn was his wife in that.
oh
She was
my gosh, yeah.
fantastic.
I developed a major crush on her for like,
I think everybody did. She was so
Wow.
good in that.
yeah,
She was so good in that movie.
yeah.
Even
She's
whatchamacallit, what's his face? Gary Busey.
Mm.
Remember that?
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh my
remember-
God, the cast.
yes.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's her face too? With the
Yeah, I know.
Southern accent,
What's her name?
oh my gosh.
Holly
Holly
Hunter.
Hunter.
Yes. She was the one.
Yes.
Yes. 'Cause
That-
don't you remember? She was like Mitch. She
Yeah,
was
she
she
was-
was Gary Busey's assistant.
Yes.
Remember? And then when he got
They were
killed,
sleeping together.
Gary Busey was sleeping, right. But remember,
His
but
secretary.
she was then, because she lost the love of her life, she
Yeah.
helped Mitch
Yep.
get the dirt on the guys,
Yep.
on that firm. That
Oh, yeah,
man.
dude.
Dude, Wilford Brimley.
I mean, it's just.
Now, here's the deal, Mitch.
Oh,
do you remember when he-
man.
You do
Wasn't he the Quaker Oats guy?
he was. And he was in Cocoon.
Yes, Cocoon. I love that one.
Yeah.
Where they all get all happy.
Yes. Yes. Wilford Brimley. But
'Cause they're swimming in the pool, right?
yeah. Think about this.
Is that movie? Because I saw it when I was really young.
You want to hear something crazy? Okay.
Wait,
when
you didn't confirm. Did you confirm?
Cocoon.
Is that the one where the old people are
Swimming in the pool.
and
Yes.
they start to feel young
The
again?
aliens, Ron Howard directed. The
Yes.
aliens, they
Oh my
somehow
gosh.
get youth.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
Brilliant. So you want to hear something crazy?
Okay.
So The Firm came out in 1993.
Okay.
Okay. Wilford Brimley was born in 1934. So
Okay.
how old would that make him when he did The Firm?
I don't know.
Come on, 59.
Wow.
Right. So he was 3 or 4 years younger than Cruise is now. When he did The Firm. Right? Is my math right on that? 34 to, yeah. Think about that shit. I mean, that's how crazy. Like Tom Cruise is an enigma. He defies gravity and time in a lot of
Yeah.
ways. But that cast was so David Stratham. Remember that? He played his brother in jail. Remember Mitch
Jason
What?
Statham.
Stratham.
Oh.
Stratham.
Just kidding.
You recognize him. He was in so many great movies. But he played his brother. Remember when
Oh,
he went and got his brother out of jail?
No, he's phenomenal.
Oh, I mean,
He's phenomenal.
Anyway, the list goes on. It is so.
Yeah, the cast of characters was in that movie.
Yeah, Sidney Pollack directed that movie.
Wow.
He was an amazing director. But
So, what are your top 3?
oof.
It's kind of impossible.
Wait, pun intended.
Mission Impossible.
Dun, 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 dun,
I got my
dun.
shirt on. Look at this. Got my Mission
Oh,
Impossible
cool.
shirt.
I
Look at
like
that
that,
right
man.
there. Mission Impossible. And on the back it says your mission if you choose to accept it.
Really?
Yeah, it does look like that.
Your mission, if you choose to accept it,
There you go.
is to face your fate.
Yes. My fate was coming here with you two bozos today.
Oh,
I'm trying to think. What I
Or
mean,
as Danny DeVito said in was it Jewel Denial? You two dinks, right?
Did
couple of dinks. Yeah.
really?
Remember that when he's like, instead, I'm here with you dinks.
Really?
Yeah, when he was trying to go. Yeah. I think it was Jewel Denial. I don't think it was Romance in the Stone. I think it was Jewel Denial, where he ran into them again, Joan Wilder and
Okay,
Michael
let's-
Douglas's character.
John Wilder.
John Wilder.
Okay, so top 3 we've been asked to. I mean, it's almost impossible. Top 3, and we'll use that word. It'll be a drinking game for the rest of the pod. Impossible. Drink up.
Dun, 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 dun. Every time you say it.
Yeah,
Every
yeah,
time
yeah.
we say it.
But let's go. I guess let's start. So we can start with whoever we want. You want to go youngest to oldest, oldest to youngest?
Oldest to youngest.
How about oldest looking to youngest looking?
Oldest to youngest.
All right, oldest to youngest. I got to go first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, when you just pulled those away from your eyes, I literally just got queasy.
Really?
Why are they so thick?
Oh,
Dude,
I can't
they're
see
like
anything.
Coke bottles.
I literally
He
can't
just pulled them
see
away and I
anything.
was like, wow.
I literally can't.
That was something.
It's amazing how bad my vision really is. It's
my mission if I choose to accept it is
Dun,
to.
dun, 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 dun.
I kind
No.
of want to get LASIX, but I'm scared.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know.
And do I do one eye and
What?
then wait, and then do the other eye, or do I just
What?
get it all over and do both eyes?
Why would you do one eye and wait?
In case something goes
In
wrong.
case something goes
Still
wrong?
got
So
one
you
eye.
still got one eye.
One eye that you can't see out of?
Well, with a bifocal, I can.
Oh my gosh. All right, so top 3.
Boy.
Man, that is so
We should
tough.
also try to choose different ones.
Well,
Oh, that's impossible.
bum, bum,
Bum, bum, bum, bum. The time before, I
What
think
a
there
nightmare.
wasn't. The time
It's
before,
funny how
yeah.
you use that word so many times.
Either Mission or Impossible. We have
Bum.
to do bum,
Yeah,
bum.
yeah.
We, you know, the two, yeah.
Guys, all right. So I'm gonna go top 3. So if it's, I'm start with me, my third of all time, probably
Legend.
I would say Rain Man.
Oh.
It's such an incredible movie.
It is. It's
Like it's like here's the deal. I've watched Days of Thunder 5,000 times. I
Yeah.
love Days of Thunder.
It's an amazing movie.
It's an incredible movie. But I'm
You do
trying
love
to
Days
be,
of Thunder.
Oh my god, I love it so much.
It's an amazing movie.
There's nothing I
It's-
can't do with a race car.
it's an
Well, that
amazing
makes
movie.
that doesn't, you know what I mean? Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I saw this clip recently
There's so many iconic
of
moments
Tom
in that
Cruise.
movie, dude.
Tom Cruise going, I'm very excited for F1 because Brad is he's a hell of a driver. And he's making a speech in front of a thousand people. He's like, we used to when we filmed Interview with a Vampire, would rap late at night and then go race goat karts for hours. And I got to tell you, Brad, he is a good driver. So I am excited to see F1, and I am glad to see him in the driver's seat.
So cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
he like really is endorsing.
He got
the
an
movie.
8-minute standing ovation, by the way, at Cannes for Final Reckoning.
Oh, dude,
They said it's incredible. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if it's his
He-
last one. I
How
hope it's not.
hilarious is that? At Cannes, it's not about whether you get a standing ovation.
how long?
It's they do a count.
They do. They do.
8 minutes and 30 seconds. A new Cannes record.
Love me, love me.
I'm crying to
leave me. Need me. All right, so guys, top 3. So I would say Rain Man is my third one.
You know what it is? Sorry, this is a big throwback now, but you know what I think that's ruined Alan Richardson as Reacher for me?
What the hell?
His singing. And he's a great singer, but the
true.
singing into the camera on
He's
Instagram,
done too much.
it's destroyed Jack Reacher for me.
Yeah, he's too big and too.
I don't know what it is.
Well, he does.
Sorry.
He does. doesn't
Sorry.
Yeah.
Alan, I'm a big fan, but
It goes to say that there's a little anonymity and a little bit of mystery helps when you're playing characters, because when you get to know somebody personally, it does kind of take
what I like about Tom Cruise is that everybody feels like you know him, but he's remained so steady in his depiction of himself, except for that hiccup in the late 90s.
He's remained so steady, so mysterious, has such a good NDA that somehow he's been able to dodge bullets.
No, but I just feel like he's never done anything like.
Man, if we get a hold of that man's NDA,
like dance, like jumping around and dancing. You're right. Yeah, he's doing that. And what does Alan Richardson sing?
He just is a singer.
Like
he's
Simon and Garfunkel,
like pop, like he's like got like an R&B, sings like R&B pop.
Garfunkel.
Yeah, you'd be shocked.
Did he? Joe, you haven't seen his rendition of "Freak Me, Baby"?
He competed on American Idol.
No, he competed on American Idol, and he can sing.
Yeah, and he was like all over Paula Abdul. Like gave her like a.
Wait a minute.
It's just
a softcore lap dance.
It's really wild.
I don't know actually if that's true, but
no, you got to see it.
He was actually on American Idol.
Yes.
That's true. Yes. That part's fact.
You got to go on please go on his Instagram. He's got plenty of videos of him singing on there, and just go check it out.
He actually has a decent voice.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Like if it was bad, I'd be like, okay,
he's one heck of a songbird.
We need to talk, but it's not bad. It's
all right,
just,
can we revert back to?
He really loves it. I think, which is awesome, and I'm not knocking it. But with a huge body and it's wild to see. You got to check it out.
Combo.
You got to check it out.
Combo.
You got to check out the singing Alan Richardson singing.
Deep fried pickles. Like
anyway, once he did that, it ruined the Reacher thing.
Whatever, Matt. Let's get back
Richardson
into the
ruined
idea.
Richardson ruined Reacher. Oh man.
Top three. So your number 3 is Rain Man.
Rain Man.
Yep.
You relate to that movie, huh?
I love it.
Who's the older brother in that movie?
Amazing.
Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah, I relate to that movie too. Go ahead. Number.
Sure. You're such a jerk.
A very special older brother.
Yeah, you know. Smart.
Definitely.
Like fish sticks.
What a performance by Dustin.
Oh man, Dustin Hoffman.
And again, you know, Tom had to be so consistent. Opposite that,
he was amazing. Movie was amazing. All right, go.
It's you, Matt.
Third, I guess I'll go Top Gun Maverick.
Ooh, you bastard. You son of a bee. That's
honestly,
such a good
I think
one.
that was such a deliver.
It was.
That it had to go up into the top 3.
It was.
If I'm going to pick any, it was just such a milestone. Also because of the position that film and the movie theater itself was in.
Yeah. I agree.
With the changeover to the fact that we all have little screens around us all the time and nobody goes to the movies as much. And then COVID and all this stuff happened and Cruise insisting it being in the theater and it delivering. For a sequel to deliver like that, I actually, funny enough, I watched that. Came on TV 3 nights ago or whatever. Literally on TV, I was in a hotel. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to watch a couple scenes. And I watched it straight to the end, even though I shouldn't have. I was tired the next day because I was up watching Top Gun Maverick. But the mission, the way that the movie delivered, the way that Tom Cruise delivered Maverick, it was just wow. That's got to be up there. So I'm just going to put it up there.
It's so 3. Tough.
Right. Andy?
Man, it is tough, but I'm going to have to go with General's Daughter as number 3.
He wasn't even in that, you idiot.
Just kidding.
You're such an idiot. That was John Travolta. General's Daughter. Yeah. Real Tom Cruise buff over here. He doesn't even know.
Just kidding.
I'm going to have to go with Glengarry Glen Ross.
Number 3.
You idiot. He wasn't even in that.
Number 3. Yep. Jeez, it's tough, man. I'm trying to go in between Collateral or Tropic Thunder. Okay. For number 3. What do you think, guys?
It's not up to us. It's your mission. If
I can't do. I wouldn't put anything with Tropic Thunder up there because his performance was incredible, but it wasn't a Tom Cruise movie.
Okay.
In the sense that he wasn't the lead.
I like that.
He just kind of did this thing for Ben Stiller and created this character.
I like that.
Like epic in this other franchise.
Then maybe we go with Lions for Lambs. No, I'm just kidding. I've got to go with Collateral.
Starting to
Oh yeah,
Collateral.
I would have chosen.
Okay.
What? That might have even been in number 2 for me, but I'm not.
I'm going to go number 3. The only reason that I would say number 3 is because I guess there's some like pretty serious, and this is not that big of a deal, but there's some pretty serious continuity, I think, mistakes in that movie.
Well, because
Really?
they were breaking that movie
Yeah, I
was
think so.
was so groundbreaking on so
Maybe
many
not. I might be
levels.
completely wrong. Actually, I take that back. I might be thinking about General's Daughter.
That's John Travolta.
Either
you
way,
idiot.
What are you
I'm-
doing?
you
It is the
listen,
General's Daughter. You're right. That's the one. What is
kidding.
wrong with
I'm
you?
just kidding.
guy-
I'm joking,
How do you
guys.
give a-
First of all,
confused
General's daughter. That's not even a good.
General's Daughter.
I mean,
My goodness. Anyway,
Travolta's
I'm
made some
kidding.
great movies. That
I am-
arguably is not one of them.
I'm totally kidding.
God.
But no, let's talk about honestly, Collateral. Tom Cruise.
First of all,
the
he
way
looked dope in that.
The way the way he handled it, the whole character, the
So
way it was
good.
shot.
Yeah, it was groundbreaking the way
was-
that Michael
dude,
Mann
oh,
shot
he-
that.
that was all digital.
it was
one of the first,
unbelievable.
He was, using, was it the red, or was it like the first time anybody used it?
No, I think he made. Yeah, he
Was it
made like
Sony?
some weird.
He just made
He
it,
modded out some weird
but it was like the
Viper. That's the Viper. That's what it was. It was the Viper. Yeah.
and I don't know, it changed everything. And then he
Man, oh,
introduced
man.
me in Collateral to world music. I know that sounds crazy that it took that, but I had heard world music, but I never actually like really got into it.
Yeah,
Oh, that soundtrack was unbelievable,
It was.
man.
it was.
I was blown away by it in every sense of the word. That movie, and Tom Cruise was amazing in it. Michael Mann killed it as a
Oh
director.
man, Jamie Foxx was very good
Jamie
in it
Foxx
as well.
was great.
Tom Cruise's weapons handling was kind of also revolutionary. It was the first time that we saw like a real big actor handle a weapon the way that it should be, like
Oh
a professional. The way he took out those guys with that HK, I think. Anyway, it was nuts. He was so cool in that gray suit with the briefcase. That's my briefcase. Oh my god, dude, that was unbelievable.
Movie's so good.
Unbelievable. And also and this is weird, and nothing against him because I like this actor too, but this is the only thing I would say. My only critique is that I, for some reason, would have rather seen, and I do like Mark Ruffalo a lot as an actor, but I would have rather have seen Josh Brolin in that role than Mark Ruffalo.
You know what?
Personally.
Yeah, I don't disagree
Personally.
with you, actually.
I don't know why. I just thought that like
Yeah, I like Mark Ruffalo.
I think the edge of Josh Brolin has a
like Brolin.
natural
Yeah.
he has
I
a
like Brolin better.
natural roughness about him.
Yeah, he does.
Because
Yeah,
he's
he does.
lived a real
He's a scruffy guy.
life, right? Not that Ruffalo hasn't, right? But it's just that
Yeah,
Bro-
Ruffalo's a puff piece. We all know it.
No, it's ridiculous. No, it's ridiculous. Puff piece is ridiculous.
You know where I live, Ruffalo.
Disclaimer: we're kidding. He's kidding, but that is
you
funny.
think I'm wrong?
Yeah.
No,
Bring it on in.
You know where to
No,
find me,
I'm
Ruffalo.
totally kidding,
Yeah.
but no, in the
But-
sense of it though, listen, there's truth behind it. That
Brolin's-
Mark Ruffalo, I don't think himself would say he's a scrappy type of guy.
No,
Like,
but Brolin
he's
is.
a very,
and I
like,
think Brolin would have killed
soft, nice guy. That's
Yeah.
why he worked for. That's why it worked. He was great casting for
The Hulk.
The Hulk.
Yeah.
because he was not the
Banner.
Hulk in
Bruce
real
Banner
life.
was, yeah.
He was
he's a great
Bruce
actor, but
Banner.
anyway, but in particular, that role always like I was like, man, I wish Brolin was in this
You
movie.
know what? I agree with you. You
but-
were great in that.
Man, what a dude! The movie was so. Is Javier Bardem in that nightclub scene? Oh my gosh, the movie's. I love Javier Bardem. Honestly, I think
Yes.
he's one of the most talented
He's great.
actors.
He's great.
His performance
Javier's
in No
amazing.
Country was like one of the most
Yeah.
riveting psychopath
No, he's amazing.
portrayal. Anyway, Collateral. What a movie, man! What a movie! And the way it all tied together. Oh,
Yeah.
it was really good.
Yeah, I'll never forget the scene when they both fire in the train car.
Oh,
through the-
man.
and
Tom
the
Cruise.
way Tom Cruise goes and gets the extra clip,
Yeah,
and he drops it,
Yep.
and the way he just
Sits
adjusts,
back. Yeah.
and the way then he sits back into
Oh,
the chair. Wow,
He rides that
What a
train.
performance.
I get chills. Oh, dude, I got
I'll never
chills.
forget. It's ingrained
I know.
in my brain for forever. And you know what? This brings me to something very interesting
Collateral.
that I heard Prince say when Prince started to retune his music, and he says he doesn't watch certain films and doesn't play certain video games because he really believed, and I'm starting to understand now, because as we talk about these clips and these memories that are printed in us that will take forever
Yeah.
with us,
Mhm.
is that he said, that moment, either that song or that movie, it's not just that hour. It lives on globally in people's minds.
Yeah, it does.
So if you're putting out bad frequencies or bad
Mhm.
images or bad things, that could manifest into
Mhm.
something much bigger than and greater than you ever could possibly
Mhm.
imagine,
It's true.
especially just inward in yourself. And so I really don't like those type of imageries anymore, and the dark this and the and anyway, my point of it is that all these images that I have in my head are not of that. Tom Cruise has put so many amazing,
Yes.
cool things out there into
So much
the world.
light, actually. So many
So
really
much
good
light.
things.
that
Yes.
it's super cool that even in his villain or in his Mission Impossible or when they're actually shooting people in this, he still brings this goodness
He does.
to everything that he puts out, and I really, really appreciate that because
Yeah.
it really does live on, and it's a legacy that it lives on within the species, the human
does.
species itself.
It
It's pretty
does.
wild.
I agree.
So,
I agree.
you know, that I love. And when you actually flip through it, you don't see stuff that you're like,
Yeah,
you
no,
know.
you don't.
You really don't. with
You
Tom Cruise.
you said the Maverick, the new Maverick movie, and just
Yeah.
to circle back on, I do want to say that it's one of the most impressive movies to watch. Period.
Ever.
Like it is unreal.
I mean, it is
the way
incredible.
the way Tom Cruise rallied for Val Kilmer to be in that movie too, which
Yeah.
I really respect
Looking
because
back on, I mean,
that
can you
was
imagine if they didn't? And
I
now
know.
They, oh,
what I
would've
really appreciate that as a fellow actor. Like that just means that's really cool.
Yep.
And it was well deserved, and it really was the right decision. So, and also the fact that I think you mentioned on it that he sat on that movie during COVID. He refused to let people just release it,
been
and
on a stream. He
yeah,
wanted it to be in
he
the
wanted
theater.
he wanted, and it saved
understands
it
the
li-
biology of it.
dude. It saved
Theater.
movie theaters.
I know.
You say movie theaters.
After COVID, there was a real opportunity for people never to go back to movie theaters.
No, look,
They
Disney
still-
had pulled out and gone into
Yeah.
streaming. They disbanded the last
Yeah.
great movie studio with Fox, stripped it apart,
They still
literally let everybody
haven't
go,
recovered, but
and pushed everything into streaming.
Yeah.
And Tom Cruise was the only
yeah, and rightfully
domino
so,
that
man.
didn't fall.
And I love that. And it
Me
can
too.
go to streaming, but let it go to theaters first, and let it be an experience, and let people have that.
You missed the
Build that
collective,
economy.
The collective.
Let the collective conscious of a theater.
Yes,
Let it be
yes.
fun and experience. It's just the whole thing.
So
And
important.
get out of the house. Be a part of a human society that does connect and
I
can sit in
know.
a room together with a bunch of strangers and all enjoy a medium that is
I don't know
out
why
there
more.
anyway.
I don't know why our top of the top, movie stars don't follow his lead more. A lot of them sell out.
But at least
allow
the
to go
big
to
ones,
streamers.
you
Yeah,
know?
but they don't. They allow
Like
them
even
to go to
F1 is
streamers.
F1 going? It's going to
No.
Apple, right?
Eventually, but it's gonna. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so good,
Yeah.
so good. They're doing it right. All right, so that was my little rant of that on Top Gun Maverick. Can't wait to see the third one. That's going to be so number 2.
Number 2,
So wait, real quick, just to recap, you were
Rain Man,
Rain Man, amazing movie,
Top Gun Maverick, and
Maverick,
Collateral.
and Collateral.
Okay.
Okay, that's number
So
2.
it's so tough for me, guys, though, because I have so many that I want to put Days of Thunder in there because I love it so much, but I'm trying to be more astute with my choices, But
who cares, Jim?
I would say the next one for me is so tough because
Yeah,
I
me
go
too,
back
man.
and forth between like how incredible of a movie they are and yet how impactful they were to me,
Mm.
right? And it's so tough because I could if I were to do like my top 5, it would be very different. you
Yeah,
know?
me too. No, I'm with you, man.
Because I
I'm
would
100%
definitely
with
put
you.
because right now I have such a tough time because there's Jerry Maguire out there in The Firm who they're and A Few Good Men and they're all such incredible movies.
They're all-
However, there's also Top Gun and the first Mission Impossible.
Yes.
Which the first Mission
Mission
Impossible
Impossible.
that's on the list
was
for sure. So
unbelievable.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Brian De Palma. I mean, that movie
yeah,
is
it's perfect.
they're all incredible, but that movie is
Yeah,
it's crazy
It's
how incredible that
unbelievable.
film is.
And the cast is
And it's held up.
unbelievable.
Guys, that movie's almost 30 years old. I just saw it about a month ago.
It
is brilliant.
Yep.
Brilliant. Okay. So I would say, so that I go back and forth, right? So I would say for my second one, I guess Jerry Maguire.
Wait, number 2?
Yeah.
Jeez.
You
Jerry
know?
Maguire, that movie changed my life, man.
I know.
Changed my life.
That
Me
movie,
too. That
was
that Bruce Springsteen song.
I'll never forget, dude. Him in the car singing.
I mean,
oh,
it's an epic movie,
I got
dude.
I'm giving myself chills right now,
it's
dude.
an epic movie. I
Again.
don't
Show
even
me the
know.
money!
I don't even
Oh,
know where to
dude,
go.
that-
with
Still my
this.
agent. And all
I don't
the
know.
phone-
Honestly, that might
everything
be
is not
number
blinking
1.
on the
That's
phone
like
anymore.
a perfect movie.
Remember-
it makes
remember,
me,
like-
it makes my heart
I
like
know.
like
it's
all
a perfect movie. It's not number 2. It's number 1.
Okay, well, it could be your number 1.
No, once one's chosen, you can't then choose.
Why
that
not?
over on
Who's
your list.
making the rules?
Because there's so many good ones. We got to at least get 9
Okay.
movies out of
all right,
this.
so I say it's my number 2. Jerry Maguire.
Just shut up.
It's-
Shut up.
It's
Just shut
It's
up.
almost a perfect film.
Just
So
shut
many
up.
of his movies have been almost perfect films.
Just shut up.
Yeah.
You had me at hello.
Kush.
Oh man.
Kush.
When he's running through that airport, dude. I mean,
Oh,
just the
my
movie.
gosh.
I am your agent.
Yes.
I mean, dude.
Help me help you. Help me help you.
That was such a good movie.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to go
Jeez.
Jerry Maguire, but if you went Jerry Maguire, I'm going to have to go with The Firm.
The Firm is just
Just because what it did to me. Like, I don't know why that the score and I studied the movie. Like, I got obsessed
Me
with
too.
it when it came out.
Remember that scene where they're running into the office buildings
Oh
and
my
he
gosh.
hides up? He was a gymnast, so they set that up at the beginning. Remember when he did the
I
backflips?
know. It was
And then he was
so-
able to go up in those pipes, and he was hanging his sweat.
Oh my
Dude.
gosh, dude! I'll just never forget the way he, like, the trench coat and the briefcase and the way he would run. It was almost like a video game.
It
How
was-
cool he would look
it
in
was-
that doing that. It's ridiculous.
And he was not an action hero. See, in that movie, he was an attorney.
I know, but the subtlety of how well he moves.
That's my
This guy
point.
moves incredible, man.
Dude.
I mean, what the heck? Literally, his silhouette in that trench coat with a briefcase.
Briefcase.
Briefcase, running
I know.
and jumping. I
I
mean,
know.
I'll never forget that.
I know.
Not to mention, it's an incredible story. It's,
I know.
It's well shot. It's well directed. It's, like we've talked about, it's incredibly well
Genius. movie.
acted. All the actors in it are just
Please go back and watch all
Yeah,
these if you haven't seen them in a while. I mean,
incredible
honestly.
movie.
Anyway.
So that's
all
my number 2.
right. All right.
Andy.
Andy, what's your number?
Runaway
2?
Juror.
Oh, here we go.
God.
He wasn't in
Alec
that
bad,
one?
Baldwin.
bad
Uh,
jokes.
Is the first Top Gun on the list yet?
No. But please put it on there because my number 1 is very tough. I'm having a really tough time.
I don't know whether to go Minority Report,
Okay.
Last Samurai,
Okay.
or the original Top Gun. Oh, help, guys. I need
Here's the
some
great
help.
news. There's no wrong answer.
No.
Right? You could have a top 15, which
Yeah,
is
you could.
psychotic for a film career. A top 15.
You really could.
I mean, most people, you can't even name 15 movies they did
Oh,
that are
yeah.
worthy of anything.
No, most.
Cruise
yeah.
has got a top 15. And you know what? You would feel good about interchanging anyone in that number of 15. You know?
American Made was so good.
Yeah,
So
I know.
good.
Come on, man.
So good.
Listen, everybody's got things to do this weekend, pal. They're just trying to get through the episode. They're just trying to get to the end of this
Like,
episode.
do I do Minority Report or American Made?
Someone's
for
pulling into
number
the market
2?
right now going, guys, get to it. I got a market run. I got to pick up my damn kids. Just get to number 2. Wow. Well, it's on Andy, everybody. If your eggs are going bad in the back and you want to get back inside, it's
And I'll do Minority Report. There. Collateral Minority Report.
wow. You're
Yeah,
going
Minority
that route.
Report is
Okay.
definitely
Yeah.
incredible.
I'll go number 2.
All right.
Minority Report. Just because I've seen it 100 million
It's
times.
an incredible movie.
It is. What's
Yeah.
interesting about that is so many of those things have come true.
Well, you know why, right?
Yeah.
It was
it's
made
collective
by.
consciousness.
No, because
No.
Steven Spielberg put together a think.
Steven Spielberg owns the world.
No, 'cause
But
Steven-
that's not
No.
true.
Steven Spielberg put together a think tank.
Yes, he did. Of all
Of-
the future
10 of
Mhm.
the
Right,
best
right.
theoretical physicists and
Right.
futurists
that
Mhm.
knew where
It-
technology was going.
Mhm.
knew. Yeah, and some of them are still very popular to this day.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they were all on there.
I mean, the whole
dictating-
VR thing.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
all, you know.
and whether or
yeah.
not the specifics of it come to play, the overall themes are and will
100%,
be very
100%.
similar
100%.
to that
All right.
movie.
Minority
Custom advertisements.
Yeah,
and
it's
all
all-
that
yeah,
stuff.
it's all that
really-
stuff.
It's actually all kind of
It
sort
is.
of happening.
It is.
it
The
is.
driverless vehicles will happen.
Yeah.
The
They already are
Yeah,
happening.
yeah, it's
Have you
really,
seen those weird Jaguars? All the little doodads and funnels. You know, it's the weirdest looking car.
I was
okay.
driving around the city and I was looking at all the robots delivering stuff, and I was
No,
like,
I
"This
know.
is pretty
I know.
crazy."
What's happening?
actually,
It is.
like
It's
there are,
pretty-
and
it's pretty
honestly, I
wild.
had sympathy for them because it was stuck and it was like spinning around, like trying to, and I was like, "Man, I could help that little droid out." And then I realized, oh my lord, this is-
Skywalker?
yeah, that's the thing.
Look at this helpless little droid. Come on, we'll take it home.
Yeah.
Andy.
Exactly.
Why are you dressed in all sand colored clothes? Oh my gosh.
Is that a rope?
Or
is-
Why is Andy walking around dressed as Darth Vader?
Gosh. Anakin.
Anakin.
Anakin. The troubled young Anakin.
Come on, droid.
That new Ugg? No, that new fluffy Ugg? Oh, no, that doesn't look like that.
Still waiting for the lightsaber, but I don't want to digress too much. Okay, so Andy's number 2 is Minority Report. So my next ones are my number 1,
Get
and
all
I'm
the good
so
ones.
torn, guys, honestly. But I'm gonna go. Look, I'm gonna say it again. There are too many, right? I love Magnolia. I love all these movies. I love A Few Good Men so much. I love Color of Money so much. I love Edge of Tomorrow. I love all these movies so much. But I'm going to go for like one of the iconic ones. So for me, it's either Top Gun or Mission Impossible because of the lineage that they gave birth to.
Didn't you already say Mission Impossible
And how
1?
much? No. I'm gonna. If you guys are you guys
here.
gonna when you guys are gonna do Mission Impossible? I mean, because that's what I want to do, but you guys are saying you want to do it. So
I mean, yeah.
because I get to go first.
Do what you want to do. You're wearing a
We'll
Mission
figure it
Impossible
out.
T-shirt.
I would say the Mission Impossible.
Oh,
Just- and only
I can't believe
because
he did that. I can't
only
believe
because
he did
it's right there with Top Gun, but Mission Impossible was like Top Gun
Iconic.
was so iconic, but Mission Impossible was also iconic and like just a tremendous movie.
Yeah.
Like the way it was put together.
Well, it
was-
built the foundation for one of the greatest American franchises.
Ever.
Like, you know,
Ever.
that's, yeah.
ever. So to me, my number one would have to be the original Mission Impossible.
Do you remember
Although Ghost Protocol
when they
and Fallout and all these are almost as good.
check this out?
What?
This is crazy.
What?
Do you remember?
Those damn Gideons. They stamped it, didn't they? That was John Voight. Remember that? Remember when he fakes his own death and he goes, Ethan. Oh, and he got the glasses with the
blood.
camera?
Mhm.
I mean, they had the first
I
meta
know.
Wayfarers. Those those things, they were wearing them in that movie.
Like the government had the internet 10 years before we did. Well,
Yeah.
Tom Cruise had the Ray-Ban Wayfarers 10
Yeah, he
years,
did.
25
He did.
years, 30 years before
Yeah.
we did. My
It's
lord.
crazy.
I'm
The way
gonna.
he ran.
I'm
Remember
gonna.
that? They're
do you
all
know
dead.
that-
They're all dead.
I'm
Remember that?
gonna- Yeah.
His running across the
They
bridge.
are dead.
It's incredible.
All
Everything's
dead. Job 314.
Oh, my
so
God.
good. There was such. It was so cool.
314. That
Um,
British lady,
Oh man.
when they took off his
Yeah.
hit that weird helmet and he was there and he went like this.
Ethan. Oh man,
Train puff.
dude,
She was flirting with him. Oh my God.
I
That
gotta
movie
rewatch
was-
that movie.
You gotta watch that
So
movie again.
Freaking good. I watch it all the time. Yeah.
Come to me, Ethan.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Who was secretly, oh my gosh.
Evil.
So good. Anyway,
I think I'm gonna. I mean, Matt, are you gonna choose? Because I want to. I just wanted to say. Do you remember when they were trying to replace Tom Cruise
yeah, with Jeremy Renner.
with Jeremy Renner?
Never gonna happen.
That's real. The studio tried to
It was
replace Tom
it was
Cruise.
it was it was in, it
clamoring.
was
Yeah.
There
Well,
was-
the Bulls didn't want to bring back Michael Jordan either. so
oh my
it's just-
gosh.
Sometimes it's unexplainable.
It is.
All right.
Yeah. Go ahead, Matt.
Number two, I mean number one, I don't
Yeah.
know, guys. I don't know. I really
Jurassic
don't know.
Park.
It's really tough for me because you kind of all taken them all, my number ones. I was going to go Jerry Maguire number one,
Okay.
personally, just because the
Okay.
way it hit me.
Yeah, I would do
Yeah.
Jerry Maguire
But
or
you
Mission
can have a
Impossible.
number one like that. You don't have to come up with something different, I don't think.
Jerry Maguire, Mission Impossible.
Yeah, I want to try to keep it. I don't want to use one that's been chosen.
Okay.
So
all
do
right,
the Mummy.
fine.
It's different.
Do the Mummy.
No, I can say this before I close out on my top one. That really isn't my top one,
Rock of Ages.
but it's
Rock of Ages. Let's just be
there
real.
are two movies on the list that I genuinely didn't enjoy,
Okay.
and that's Rock of Ages
Yes.
and The Mummy.
Yeah. Those
They
are the
were not
ones.
good.
Those are the ones.
Cool. He's made 57 films.
That
Two
was
of them
it.
he didn't like. Yeah.
Outside of that, anyway,
And they honestly,
this is going to be one from left
Rock of
field,
Ages
even
again
though-
wasn't his movie,
No.
That's true.
but the movie was not.
The movie didn't work.
They needed like Baz Luhrmann for that or something. It wouldn't. Yeah. And then the Mummy just,
Just missed the mark.
really did.
Just missed the mark.
I think what they lost in The Mummy was the fun. You got to have
Mm,
fun in that kind of a movie. And when there was no fun in it, it was
No
too
fun.
it was too
Too
serious.
serious.
All right, good.
I guess it's like A Few Good Men or Edge of Tomorrow.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Is number one?
Well, because I don't have. I'm
You-
trying to choose ones I haven't.
Few good men, dude.
Chosen.
Dude, what about Far and Away?
Oh God, Andy, come on.
What about Interview with a Vampire?
Few good men.
I'm gonna go with A Few Good Men. Why not?
You can't handle the
It's
truth.
an amazing movie.
Crystal.
Amazing movie.
Interview,
Again,
Interview with a Vampire?
Those movies.
Yep.
What with
Why not?
that cast?
Yeah.
Wow. I
Yep.
mean, and Tom Cruise. I mean, arguably, you're talking about Jack Nicholson, one of the finest actors ever. I mean, look who he acted opposite and held his own.
I know.
Hoffman, Newman, the list goes on.
I know.
Hackman, Nicholson.
I know.
It doesn't matter.
I know.
It doesn't matter who he's with.
No.
He holds his own.
Yeah.
He's as dynamic, if not more dynamic in certain ways. It's just the guy has had the greatest movie star career, hands down, male, female. Tom Cruise. Nobody has consistently delivered the
Nope.
way he has for as long as he has, with the diversity of projects over the duration of time. Nobody, literally nobody. A Few Good Men is genius.
Yeah.
Those scenes where they're figuring out how to take this guy down. Remember in the apartment, he's got the baseball and I mean,
No,
wow, the
it's-
bat. I mean,
It's epic.
Woo! It is epic.
Yeah.
It is epic. That is an incredible movie. That they're all worthy of 3, 2, 1. All of those are worthy.
Well,
but,
I mean, Jerry Maguire would have been mine.
it was a close number 1. Good.
Now, Andy,
Come on, Ann.
you're bringing in the.
Andy,
bring
you're
it in.
killing us.
Losing it, 1982.
Come on, Andy.
All right,
Get serious for 1 second.
what was the? I mean, yeah, I would. It's either definitely Mission Impossible or Jerry Maguire tied for number 1 because they're the greatest movies of all time. But if I just had to choose something different, and I wasn't going to choose American Made or Edge of Tomorrow just because they're awesome, probably Rogue Nation.
Wow. It's an incredible movie.
I think because that's when the first one that Christian McQuarrie teamed up with Tom
Yeah,
Cruise,
that
and
was
for
incredible.
me,
Was that the bathroom scene?
No,
Fallout.
oh,
was the-
Fallout, shit.
That's that.
It's great.
What?
Rogue Nation.
No, Rogue Nation's great,
It is great.
but Fallout
Yeah, maybe it is Fallout
with what's his face, Henry
Henry
Cavill.
Cavill. That was the coolest. That was
bathroom
so
scene
cool.
with the two
Yeah.
of them was
Unbelievable.
Oh
Yeah.
my!
yeah, truly.
Honestly, one of the
Woo!
coolest.
truly
dude,
unbelievable.
But think of this: Ghost Protocol, Fallout.
I mean,
Rogue
Ghost Protocol was
Nation.
one of the best action movies too of all time.
Oh, Ghost
that
Protocol
movie
is-
was
yeah.
Brad
Brad
Bird.
Bird.
Oh man,
You know what's crazy? Is it again like it's so cool to see somebody in Tom's position do that? Because remember when we saw The Incredibles
Mhm.
and that movie?
dude, you said it.
I said it. I said this guy's got to direct a live action movie.
He also
'Cause it was
directed. Did he direct Ratatouille as well?
I don't.
Which is one of the
don't
which is
know.
I think he did.
Did he?
Ratatouille was my
He directed
favorite.
Ratatouille. I know. Brad Bird.
Oh my god.
One of the best scenes is when he ate that rat
and remind him
yeah.
of his childhood. Oh
But
my
for
god.
but for Cruise to pluck him and give him a shot in live action, it was brilliant. And honestly,
Killed it.
like arguably, Mission Impossible 3 was better than 2, which was I didn't like.
3
too
was
much.
very good.
3 was very good,
But
it was
Ghost
also
Protocol
on a
saved-
down trajectory at that point.
Saved, revamped the whole
thing.
franchise,
Yeah, the whole
and then
franchise.
McQuarrie came in and
And-
just took it to a level that I didn't think it
All
could
different.
reach.
Yeah, it was
it's pretty
incredible.
wild.
Anyway, all right, there it is,
Wow.
guys.
But let's be real. Jerry Maguire, Mission Impossible 1,
Top Gun.
every movie underneath the sun that Tom Cruise has been involved
Yep.
in really is
Yep.
great. Even the bad ones that we don't like are
I
still
respect him because you know what?
fantastic.
Here's one thing I want to close on this. I really respect about Tom Cruise is
What?
and it's funny. I heard Will Smith talk about this that your rock bottom
Yeah.
when you have nothing and this and that. There's an equal spot, and he calls it cliff top, which is when you've reached the top
Right.
of everything,
Right.
money, success,
As high as you can go.
as high as you can go. There's no new
The
relationship,
pinnacle of success.
pinnacle of success, and it's the same as rock bottom.
It is because the pressure is.
And how Tom Cruise has maintained.
Wow, that's a
being at
really,
the
really great
cliff
point.
top
That's what we've been
for
saying
so
though.
long because so many celebrities. You wonder why at
Yeah.
50 they wind up
They
dying
they implode.
Mhm.
Right.
because
Personally, right.
cliff top is a very dark place at the same
The
as rock
pressure
bottom
you
can
must
be.
feel to sustain, and we see it in music all
Because-
the time.
because
where
nothing's
it
because you
sees.
realize that no money, no fame, nothing is going to make you happy. So there's only one choice, and what is that happens at rock bottom?
Right.
You have to look inside, and you
Right.
have to generate happiness
Well-
from nothing external, but
Also-
only from what you have inside. And it's the same thing that happens when you're at the top of
Well,
the mountain.
I think, and the crazy thing is that you lose sight. And Tom Cruise says, "All I have to do is I just put my blood and guts into everything and just try to make the best movie I can make. I don't try to outdo myself." And I've heard him say that. It isn't about bigger. It's just I just try to make it great. That's it. And I feel like the pressure, to your point, that what is it called? Top high, up
Cliff
top,
top.
cliff top is. We've seen the implosion of artists. You look at them when they try to outdo themselves in music, in film, in life. Cruise's movies never stopped being good because he always kept in mind it's about the movie. I got to make a great movie. That's it.
But I just mean for him. I mean, yes, that's when. It
But
comes
how
to
to you're saying how to manage that success
I'm just talking
mentally
about,
and emotionally
as
is
an
incredible.
actual human being.
It's incredible what
It's
he's been able
not-
to do.
It's not easy to be at the top and
Nope.
stay up there and keep your sanity.
Ben Stiller
And he has.
told this great story where I guess he stayed on Tom Cruise's ranch and it was snowing and there was this really awesome, like super futuristic stand-up snowmobile.
Mm.
And he was like, I want to take that for a spin. He found the keys. He's like, this looks awesome. So he's like riding the snowmobile around and I guess he wrecked it. Totaled this super elite,
Wow.
right? And so he called Tom. He's like, oh my God, I just got to call Tom, tell him myself that I wrecked his, And he's like, Tom Cruise, I am so sorry, man. I'm sure he didn't say that. I added the crowd. Anyway, he said, Tom, sorry, man. I wrecked the snowmobile. I don't know, man. I don't know what happened. I thought I could handle it. I couldn't handle it. It's super fast. I wrecked it. And he just said on the other line of the phone, all he heard was, that's what they're there for. Let's wreck them. That's what they're there for, man.
So good.
Yeah. So he's
good.
supposedly, he's like the coolest guy.
I met
I know.
Mission
We all-
Impossible
yeah.
2 premiere.
That's right.
I met him there.
Wow.
And couldn't have been nicer. And actually was so cool to me. Like, hey, big fan. I'll never forget it. Yes. It's
just insane.
Who knows whether he meant it, but the fact that he said it,
I think
means
he's
more to me than
genuine.
anything.
I think he's genuine, dude.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm saying yes. I mean, I think that the fact that he was able to show me appreciation in
Yeah.
that moment was bizarre.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I
So
met him. I'll
cool.
never forget. He was sitting down. He stood up.
Yeah.
And it was at the after party of Mission Impossible 2.
Mm.
Yep.
Wow.
And he was there for a brief moment, went over to the table with all the powerhouses.
Yeah.
John Woo and everybody was sitting. I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to meet him again. So I just took an opportunity. I
Absolutely.
went over. I said, hey, Tom. And he went, and I'll never forget. He was like, hey, like that. And he stood up and I was like, hey, man, I just got to tell you, I love the movie. You're literally my favorite actor of all time. He's like, hey, I'm a big fan. How are you? Literally,
Oh, man.
2 handshake, this thing. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Crazy. Cool.
Glad. And that was it. It was like a minute and a half. Yeah, it was the coolest experience anyway. That's our homage. That is our.
We love you, Tom Cruise.
We love you, Tom
We do.
Cruise.
We do.
No, it really is amazing. Everybody go see the newest movie. Go to the movies. Like
Yep.
that's really the bigger
Yes, go
thing. Just keep
to
going to
the
the movies,
movies.
everybody. Sure, we'll watch them at home too. But don't lose that collective consciousness and have some
experience.
popcorn and the
Yes.
experience
Honestly,
of being there
I'm
with your
going to
friends and
movies
your
tonight.
family, loved one.
I'm going
and
tonight.
Seeing some movies.
You
Good.
guys inspired me.
Do
In
it.
fact, I'm going right now.
I'm going right now.
Go right now.
I don't
Let's
even
go
care
to the
what I
movies.
see.
We'll
No, anyway.
see you at the movies.
We will.
And we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Check out our merch store.
Yes, online. Our link is in our show description.
Yep.
And please like and subscribe to our YouTube. We appreciate you very much out there.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thanks for watching the Brotherly Love Pod to Pod, baby.
See you next week.
Woo.
God bless. Have a great weekend.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Dum 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 dum.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us here on the Brotherly Love Pod.
Please like and subscribe to our YouTube.
And check out our online merch store. You can find the link in our show description.
For bonus content, subscribe to our premium feed, and we will see you
Next
next
week.
week.